Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well, keeping out of mischief. Wow. As you know, I'm on holiday. Have I mentioned it? Well, it's not holiday, it's a break. That's the best we can do. A break and then visiting family and all that kind of stuff this week. So I hope you're having a good one. What's fun is I'm recording all of these out of order. So all this week, I think this is going to come out on Friday. I'm unsure, but it's like, you can tell me. I at this present time, I have no idea. Now, this reading, I'm a bit nervous about. And the main reason why I'm a bit nervous about it is that the person, the lovely person who has been very diligent, very respectful, very consistent, and understanding, has politely just mentioned over time, and this, would be nice kind of thing. And we are going to break one of our rules on the channel here. I know. Oh, surely not, Gigi. Gigi, we're higher than thou. Surely not. Yes, we are. But there is, I believe there is a reason for this. Okay, and we should do that and all that kind of stuff, and it's all cool. But the main reason I am concerned about this is that clearly the lovely person asking this knows way more of the subject than I do. And I know, like, that much. I think they've got their own Wikipedia kind of like thing going. They've got their own cross-references. I can imagine there's like a cork board in their living room with like photos and dates and numbers and the red string between stuff and all that. That's the impression I'm getting. So I am going in completely blind. I know nothing. Okay. And the reason why we're breaking the rules, which is the particular rule is true crime. We don't do true crime here. And the reason why we're going to break the rules it's been over 100 years. Everyone involved, connected, could be in any way affected by this, clearly have passed away. And so there has been a reasonably enough distance for it to be kind of, you know what, we're in the safe zone. We can talk about it. Yeah. So that's the main reason why I don't do true crime, due to like kind of living it as the friendship group. I dread to think what it was like for the family. We, having to deal with something of a true crime nature, and it's like we've gone through, had to deal with the media, we had to deal with the thingamabobs and stuff like that, and this is like decades ago, right? So it's one of those situations where, because I've seen it from the other side, I wasn't in the epicenter, but I seen it from the other side, and it's like, you know what, we ain't gonna add fuel to that fire for true crime. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why we don't normally do it, but because there has been distance and stuff like that, and I'm expecting lots of footnotes in the comments below to help me educate me and the rest of the village here. Okay, so this question comes in from Kay, who says, "Could you do my request as mentioned on your Starmer video?" Not the only one that she made. I asked for a Jack the Ripper reading. It got 11 likes. Many thanks, Catherine. I don't believe the killer was Oh, hold on. It clearly looks like it's Russian. So hold on, Russian voice. Vodka. Okay, well, I've got it. Okay, Kosminski. Now in her voice, Kosminski. No, that doesn't work. Okay, Gigi, thank you. She continues. It's very lovely indeed. Would you it would make a great reading for Halloween, See, she's even helping me out. This is how consistently beautiful this lovely lady is. You could schedule it there. You could do it there, please. It would be lovely. May I also thank the 11 people who liked my suggestion? Oh, now that is cherry on top. Hold on. People had complained about this. Cherry on top. They're cherries. They're not balls. They're cherries. Cherry on top. They're bloody dirty balls. Cherries. Should wash my focus people. So this is from a beautiful lady. Now, as you can see down the bottom here, this one had 6 upvotes, and then she had, as she mentioned, also she had 11 upvotes, and the one previous before that had 14 upvotes. And I know there was a suggestion even beyond that one, but I couldn't find it. The scroll wheel, it wouldn't, the YouTube dashboard wouldn't scroll further down. It said there was more, and I couldn't get to it. And I was like, you know what? I'm wasting time. I should be doing the recording, for goodness sake. So that's what I've done. So thank you very much indeed for your patience, my sweet pea. It's very, very kind indeed. So can we have much love to her if you see Catherine in the chat, in the comments, etc. Kay is lovely. Now, not that I have favourites. I don't want, oh no, you can tell that Granny is gonna like, oi, what about me? Yes, Grandor. Oh, what about me? All right. Gee, Lucy. Oh, what about me? All right, loves. All right. I've got enough to spread around. It's all right. But sincerely, thank you very much indeed, my sweet Pete. Right, so. Can we have a reading about Jack the Ripper, please? What happened? What went on? That kind of stuff. For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. I've been told foundation read and then a couple of shuffle. Okay. So we're going to break. You're even breaking the rule of how we do readings. So we're going to do a snapshot, what was going on, that kind of thing. For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Now, what I can take, because I do know something, which I've never been interested in Jack the Ripper. That's the thing, right? His name won't Jack. That was a generic name that would give to kind of like some sort of scallywag, kind of Jack. Like they used to, if they didn't know an old person's name, first name, they would refer to, even though they weren't related, they would have called them father or mother, okay, if they didn't know their Christian name, especially when they passed away and that kind of stuff. And that's why I think it was like early 1800s, Father Christmas died because they didn't know his first name, so they just put father as a part of respect instead of Mr. It was father. It was like the father of the community kind of thing. So yeah, so that I know that doesn't help, does it? Okay, right. So, for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes, rule number 1. It is rule number 1. Write it down. Here we go. So, Jack the Ripper. Controlling the situation. 3 of Cups. There's more than one. There was more than one. There was, at this present time, I don't know if they were like working together as a gang. But because we've got kind of, this feels very much like controlling the narrative, the strength card, control of the situation. It feels more, it was kind of, they were all cobbled together and it was just like, they're all Jack. They're all, if you get what I'm saying. But there was more than one. Protection. Hermit. The messenger card here is very odd. And it feels like there's 2 groups here. Kind of. But it's scattergunned. So this is like the police. this is, I suppose it's them bringing them, controlling the narrative, putting them all together, and it's they, but there's more than one person. Protection here definitely feels like protection. Messenger is normally that you're surrounded by your spirit guides and that kind of thing, but they're trying to protect somebody. It feels like this doesn't feel like it's the usual suspects, kind of spirit guides, angel team, God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's holier than thou. There's a reason why they're protecting somebody. This feels like a group, another group, or at least one or two people. And then you've got the Hermit card. The Hermit card kind of feels like it's almost they're at odds with each other. This line could all be police, to be honest with you, because they're like, but they know it's more than one person, but they're claiming it's one person, some reason, for some sort of, but they're protecting somebody, but they're working against each other as well. It's what? What? It doesn't. Okay, well, there we go. First line, it's already gone completely weird. Right. Ace of Wands, light bulb moment, aha moment. That's still that. There is some, okay, I don't, like I said, I'm going in completely blind, so please educate me down below. The Ace of Wands, and also, if you wouldn't mind, if you're referring to certain cards and that kind of stuff, if you put them in brackets or something in your message, that'd be epic. You don't have to put the full word, the Ace of Wands, for example, but A of Wands would be, nice and quick, kind of. But this feels like, almost like a PR stunt before PR stunts were a thing. It's some sort of, I don't want to call it marketing because people died and all that kind of stuff, but it's some sort of, it's something along those sorts of lines where it's like, for the newspaper or to kind of blend it into a thing. For some, but that feels like it feels like for arrogant reasons, kind of, because didn't the police had just started? So as an example, just as an example, okay, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but right now it's like kind of using it to prove the bobbies and all that kind of stuff, how great they are and that kind of thing. If you get me, it's that sort of, it's a very arrogant kind of energy, but it's like for marketing, for PR, for some sort of Seven of Cups, thinking, pondering, that kind of stuff. But it's from the guy who's trying to protect one or two people who are trying to protect some people in the Three of Cups. It's the weirdest energy, this bit here, this triangle, okay? Because, and I'll tell you the reason with my modern words. It's almost as if that, and I don't mean it is, I'm just as it is. So if this group of people were people like from like Oxford Union, Cambridge Union, that kind of stuff, like snobby buggers, yeah? But their family have got the right connections, that kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. Those connections are protecting here, and they're trying to find options and ways to get them out of it and like protect them, if you get what I'm saying, and try and spin it for other people. This here, the imaging I'm getting is, you know, back what is that? Numped his face. You know, back in the day with David Cameron. And that kind of secret society of, you know, the incident with the pig, allegedly, possibly, maybe, like a Black Mirror. That was a couple of years before. If you know what I mean, it's like that sort of ilk, that sort of crazy. It's got that sort of feeling about it with this kind of group of blokes. A lot of drinking. But it's that kind of energy. Six of Pentacles. See, normally the Six of Pentacles is give and take, back and forth, kind of equal sharing, that kind of stuff. It feels like this is on the wonk, where it's like, the best way to describe it is like they're filtering what is given to the bobbies on the ground, on the beat, the investigators, the real ones. Yeah. I hope this is making sense, because but like, whoever this is, and it feels like literally one or two people, like chief inspector kind of person or whatever, one or two people are filtering, almost like a Brita filter, to who are actually investigating, to ensure that they only get the scraps. And these people are protected in some way, shape, or form. Death card. Nine of Wands. Obviously, the death card has two meanings, basically. And it feels in this instance that it's rebirth, reborn, renewal, ironically, instead of obviously like true crime murder type thing. Obviously there's murder, but it's like this feels got more of an energy of rebirth, reborn, renewal, as if whoever these are, after with this story, left university, some continue to doing this activity elsewhere. And so it's a situation where but it's not just this is bugging me, okay, because it's not just okay, cards down, right. I take everything back, Kay. It's I just, what a meanie. This Three of Cups is very odd, because it has got an element of this kind of society thing that I was talking about, but it also has the individuals as well, and this is kind of going back to controlling the narrative. It's almost as if it's almost as if the real culprits, as it were, like Jack the Ripper, are this social group, this kind of hoity-toity kind of drinking party type thing from a well-to-do place, right? But it's blended together with other instances who've got nothing to do with these and are like covering the actions of this little group. Does that make sense? I hope so. And so by controlling the narrative and like blending everybody together, it's like the protection that there's there's protection in numbers kind of energy. It's like you can't pull them apart and then brand it as just Jack the Ripper. It's just one, if you get me. It's this kind of, they're working against their own people. And then and like I said, the Six of Pentacles feels like it's on the wonk, so it's only drip feeding kind of energy to who were trying to. They were never going to find out who it was. This lot down here, even though they're persevering through, they're trying to do it. They're trying to find it out. They were never going to find it out because over here, it's being manipulated from the start. There is something. If you put crap in, you're going to get crap out. If you get me, it's over here that's the problem. And then filtered again. Last card, High Priestess. They knew what was going on. They just couldn't prove it. Because the corruption, as it were, was not only external, with blending all of the reports together into one big mass of crazy, but they also knew that it was internal as well. They could tell that there was something not quite right. There was they weren't getting the right data, or things were being manipulated, or the evidence was kind of not destroyed, but kind of manipulated. They could tell, like, stuff like that. I think this is before fingerprints anyway, isn't it? So overarching energy, Five of Swords, falling out. Yes. Underlying energy, Seven of Wands. Persevering again, but they're falling out. They're all falling out amongst each other. More energy was spent, this kind of internal politics, than actually doing, it feels like here. But this Death card, it spread. It definitely spread. And there's something to do with this like, it's the sort of energy I'm getting from the protection cards here, where it's almost as if they were told that it was a mistake the first time. It was supposed to be it's like scallywags mucking around, it went too far, blah 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 kind of energy. And then because they had they covered up on that, and it continued, and they were, before they knew it, they were involved way too deep kind of thing. They couldn't say anything. It's like that kind of energy. So I'm looking forward to names of here, of who this is, this one or two people here. If they're, the chief constable, or, the head inspector, or someone like that, that sort of higher ups. But they were doomed to the start, but they knew it'd gone. It's weird. Okay. So we're going to shuffle another tarot deck. So what information can we get here, please? What information can we get here, please? About this Jack the Ripper. Doopy-doopy-doo. The greatest good for all concerned. Okay. I've got my phone on silent, right, as I'm doing this, and it just pinged up just then, going, "You'll be in Wales in a couple of days, just a reminder." It's like, I was like, counting down the hours, baby. Counting down the hours. So, let's have a look at this. Normally I have my phone way away, but for some reason it's just like, it's almost there, don't worry. Ace of Swords, truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, information, data. Okay. I'll do the underlying energy as well. Moon. So this is what I'm on about over here. It's hidden in the dark kind of thing. It's manipulated. Right. Okay. let's have a look here. We've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. We've got the Sun card in reverse. We've got the Devil in reverse. Oh, joys. Oh, joys. So you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean, though? It's come out exactly the same again. No matter which order these come up. It's like the Queen of Wands in reverse is basically what we're talking about with these people over here. Okay? And we're getting more about the surroundings than actually in it. Covering it up, the Sun in reverse, which is basically the moon. The Devil. The Devil in reverse. Oh, it really is. I think with the Devil in reverse, it's kind of... I'm getting mixed energies with the Devil in reverse. Why is this so difficult? Why? So all the way through this reading, I'm getting like obvious, generic kind of energies around cards. And then it's like, it comes up to one, which is... and technical terms. So the Devil card in reverse is... It's giving me a both of both ways, to be honest with you. But it's almost like over a timeline, over a period of time, it changed. So like the Devil in reverse, it almost is giving me at the beginning, as we were saying, it was for the right reasons. Concern for the right reasons, covering up. It, the lads didn't know this kind of thing. It went too far. It was a drinking game that went crazy. Whatever it may be, whatever the excuse was, it's got that sort of energy to it. But the Devil then, it turns into this kind of, being evil, turning into this hodgepodge of like thick broth of rubbish. But the truth is manipulated completely. So there is no way now, even to this day, obviously, because of what happened here, purposefully. But the thing what I'm really confused by, and maybe this you can clarify this in the comments down below for me, but when we get down here, I'm getting... It's almost as if the group separated entirely. To kind of like go into industries and things. So, like as an example, at least one or two stayed in the UK somewhere. I keep getting kind of like Germany, Austria area, and the other one kind of went across to America. But they split up. There's like the two of industry is like, as an example, I'm kind of like Bristol way, and the other one's up kind of like Scottish borders and maybe a bit further up. Do you see what I'm saying? They just kind of, after the hooliganism, they just disappeared. They kind of the energy of never seeing each other again kind of energy. It's that sort of, but it's like for at least some of them, it continued, and they knew there was a connection, but they couldn't, because of this, they couldn't draw the dots. It's something like that. Like this down here, it's bugging. Yeah, obviously, lots of people went to America during this period of time. Yeah, let's be honest. That's the whole point of the transatlantic kind of shipping and moving on into Titanic and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's understandable. Loads of people did that. But it's the German Austria area that's bugging me. Kind of like slap bang Central Europe kind of area, north of the border of Italy. It's definitely that. It's it's in that little triangle. I wish I had a map so I could draw it. It's like it's there. But yeah, that's odd. For some reason, I don't know if there was a theory about with the devil as well, because like I've said, there's so much to this. I'm just trying to pull that card apart. I don't know if there's any sort of kind of theory of, oh, it's devil worship or whatever. It's not. It's definitely not. It's something to do with. Sorry, these cards are being very annoying. Didn't mean any disrespect. They're just being very kind of quiet, very kind of shum. Queen of Wands. What I was picking up there was, but the thing is there's so many people a part of this. They didn't. It's like a majority of them didn't mean it to go this far. And it's very similar energy to the protection card here, where it's like, now they're part of it, they can't get out of it. Now is extended further. This feels like there's two main kind of, within this kind of like student union thing, there's two key figures that were almost egging each other on. There is definitely, because I'm also trying to. There's so many people here at the moment. I'm trying to pull them apart of this. I was going to say collaboration there, but it's not, is it? It's like this kind of wrapping around, controlling the narrative, all this kind of hiding the data. I'm trying to go through the other people that were involved, and they're like, they're not part of this. Really, it was just a murder that went wrong, or it looked very similar, or it used a similar knife or a similar cut, and it was just like that. Oh, we'll muddy the water with that. It's that kind of energy. But there is a core. You've been here. You heard. So I was going to repeat myself, but it's like no. I'm just trying to see which cards we want to use next. Okay, I've been told the black ones, which are some cards are reversed, some they're not reset, as it were. And we'll go with that. So while I'm shuffling these ones, because these are going to take a little time to shuffle. Please do YouTube things. Subscribe, ding-a-ling the bell if you're enjoying this, and like. That generally helps out the channel. Now, if you're on a device that can hype after you've liked, then you can do that. That's very lovely. If you're on a device that some reason it doesn't give you the option to hype as well, then don't worry about it, my sweet peas. It's a weird thing that YouTube is doing. We still don't know which actual devices does give you the hype option and which one doesn't. Either way, thank you, if you can. And comment down below. If you're reading along, if you know who these people are, then please do. Just for my own sanity, please. And that is also where you can put your questions like Kay did for future readings below. So thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So one more turn shuffle. And then I think we're done. One more. Okay, fine. Wow. Bossy boots. Yep. Okay, we're good. Right. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle. More information, please. Oh, King of Wands upright. King of Wands upright. Ace of Wands. Huh. There is some sort of... This King of Wands feels very much like one of the leaders, one of the groups, one of the party. Ace of Swords upright again. This is what I'm on about. People know about this. Hierophant. Overarching energy. Queen of Pentacles. Let me put that down for a second. There's a lot going on here. So the Hangman on the wonk. I'll just move that up. I'm making a mess here. Have you noticed? Right. So can we... Is it that way around? Because I know I've just put that... Okay. All right. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles, we'll go here first, is normally the mumsy card for me. Okay. Caring, practical, putting things in order. I think that we're going a bit further afield here a little bit, but I don't like that Hierophant. Underlying energy. No choice. Very difficult. This feels like why these people started protecting. So we're at the kind of the parent level, the protecting the family honor kind of level kind of thing. I really don't like that. So once again, we've got the truth of the situation. So this is the core group of people we're talking about here. People who actually knew what was going on. It's like between a rock and a hard place. Truth of the situation. There's something to do with... Okay, this end needs review. That's going to take a little while. Let's go over here because this is clear as day. Someone was hidden in the priesthood. Someone was like someone was placed in some form of... Sorry, I found coffee. Cheers, my dears. Some form of religious order, some form of that's definitely organized religion. That's definitely hiding away, that kind of thing. And I don't mean this in any disrespect. It's just the time we're talking about here. This is it. I'm getting the energy of the gay son would go in the priesthood. This, that, and the other in the priesthood is that kind of energy. Now I don't know if one of these lot was a professional homosexual or not. I don't care, to be honest with you. It's just the fact that's what was happening at the time. It was kind of like the rejects bin go in the priesthood kind of energy at the time. That's what I'm getting here for one particular one. The Ace of Wands in reverse here. He caused more mischief there. Because in reverse, it's basically boredom. Upright is like, light bulb moment, aha moment, inspiration, that kind of thing. In reverse, more mischief happened because of basically boredom. Okay, so we know we've got one. Okay. Ace of Swords. Like I said, knowing the truth, the true clarity of the situation. The King of Wands feels like a father figure. hoity-toity, maybe a Freemason as well, kind of like that sort of connection, that sort of business acumen kind of, if you get what I'm saying. Similar to kind of like a Mr. Banks from Mary Poppins. I know we're moving historically time-wise, but that kind of hoity-toity man of the world kind of has worked, his father before him and the father before him is continuing on, that kind of thing. Wants to keep desperation security blanket here. And so rejects to the reject bin, as we said. Okay. Hangman on the wonk. The hangman on the wonk is just causing me a bit of confusion. Because hangman upright is obviously is one of those situations where it's like you're taking a pause, taking a beat, taking a moment. Sometimes you're the one who's put yourself there in kind of like time out. But then in reverse is obviously someone else has tied you up. Yeah? Stalling. It's the negative of it. It's just like so the fact that we've got the hangman on the wonk, I'm very confused by it. It's one of those situations where I'm just reading on the side here because it's like I don't normally have the reading on. I never normally read these. It's like it's 12 reduces to 3, which is about communication and creativity. But it's like that's the hangman on the wonk is. Normally it's quite clear, but it's. Oh, I am being a flipping donut. We're talking about the sin bin fella, right? So, such a numpty. He's in a situation where he's in a timeout. He can't. Do you know what I mean? Because of the actions he's been partaking in, which he had, this one feels like he had no control. Like he was part of it, but he wasn't a main contributor, shall we say? So he had no real control in what happened, and then he had no real control what happened to him. Oh, I'm such a moron. Right. So, but they're definitely in the priesthood. This one feels this one feels as if and I'm going to quickly dinky deck. Is this the one that went to Europe? Is this the one that went to Europe? That Germany, Austria kind of area that I'm talking about, that Central Europe. Is this the one that went to Europe? Thank you. Put the work in. 5 of Wands. Chariot. He thought he was going to take over the business, the family business. Working hard. The conflict happened. Off he went. So, yeah. Overarching energy. Ace of Cups. This was really an opportunity for him, but he didn't take it. Wow. I was only going to do 1 and 2 came out. Sneaky bugger. We've got him walking away from what they had. Yeah. 10 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. This was an offer to... The only action here that I picked up upon is that this, with the hand of God, quite literally was the hand of God, kind of like, look, you've got an opportunity here. Don't muck it up. I'm giving you like a last chance kind of thing. And he was bored to tears and didn't do anything with it. Yeah? It's everybody else's fault. Everybody this, that, and the other. Temper tantrum. It's like he was just. I just don't know. It's just very. It's not sly. What's the word I'm looking for? Excuse me. It was very spoilt. Is the best way to describe it. And he had an opportunity to shine. Think about the mistakes he was partaking in and all that kind of stuff. But he was more interested that he'd been hard done by being rejected from the family. Something here is not right. Something here doesn't feel right. And it's something here doesn't feel right. Sorry, it's bugging me, and then we'll finish this off in a second. How dare you, Kay? Have you seen the time? Flip it. We could really fall out in a minute. It's almost if, and I don't know if we're allowed to reference it anymore, but it's such a good film. Yeah, The Usual Suspects. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you don't, you don't. I don't want to ruin it too much, but if you've seen it, right at the end with Kevin Spacey, is like Casa Soze, blah blah blah, Casa Soze. If you know, you know. It's got that energy to it. It's like almost identical energy to that whole film. If you haven't seen it, it's the Usual Suspects. They're like the police arrest them, that kind of stuff, and there is a disabled person amongst them. And the film is basically the disabled person played by Kevin Spacey, like interviewing him, and him telling the story of like kind of in flashback. God, I'm making this sound rubbish, but it's really, really good. In flashback about what happened, what led to the incident, what led to the thing. They thought they were. Why would you? Oh, what was the phrase? What's the a thing? Why would you? All kind of go on this boat in the dock for after like treasure or gold or so, like this, whatever? I can't remember exactly what it is. When there's nothing there. Who told you to go and do this and there was nothing there? It's one of them ones. It's a bit of a thriller. It's really good. Well, it is a thriller. It's been referenced so many times in other films, like The Matrixes, like back in the day. It's one of them ones. It was only shot in 2 weeks as well. Yeah. Look at me and my college, university kind of film rubbish. Coming to light there. Yeah, you're welcome. So this feels as if Gift, I told you. But it was kind of like bored with it. The legal thing happened, yeah? Change had to be made to protect him from it. This feels like it didn't actually happen, but it was like on quite literally on the cards. The gift here is the Ace of Cups, the gift. But he basically had it just existed. He had no passion to it. Main man, yes. Underlying energy. Concern. There is something else here, and it's bugging me. There is something else because the boredom thing keeps almost like an alarm bell, red flag kind of thing, because of the boredom. He didn't want to be there. I'm running out of deck here. But this So not only was like he's playing off as he was just a bystander kind of thing, he's actually the main man. When oh my god, it's to the point where it's almost like his idea. He encouraged his drunk mates to come along with it, kind of thing. Keeps coming across as butter wouldn't melt, but he's got that kind of it's overused word, but like psychopathic kind of nasty tendency type thing. And to protect the business, to protect the reputation of the family and that kind of stuff, he's rejected kind of like to like Central Europe, we'll say, yeah? In the priesthood, all that kind of stuff. But he's bored to tears. I'm dreading to... I'm going to say it. Did anything else happen? Due to his boredom and his lack of inspiration, the way he was plonked, did anything else happen? Cut and 3, I've been told. Okay. And then we'll finish this off here because this is... I want to hear back about if I'm on the right track here. If there's like suspects involved that are in this kind of... There is something here about... And I don't like this energy. I really don't like the way this... The more I shuffled this deck, the more it kind of got more kind of... Ugh. Strength card. We start and end with the strength. Control. Wow. Wow. The fact that we ended with the strength card has kind of blown my mind a little bit. So it's like this controlling... The 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands feels like... It's almost like he it's like justifying it that he has no choice in the matter. Like nothing bad happened before, but he's stuck in the middle of on a jolly forever in the priesthood or whatever it may be. But he has this urge for more control. Overarching energy. Moon. 7 of Wands. I really don't like this card. This is the card that I don't like. This is... like, this is him out rampaging, if you get me. Nothing bad happened before. Has this control freak side to him. 7 of Wands. 7 of Cups. King of Wands, taking charge, passionate about it. And then So there's him in the church. Yes, it's normally the 4 of Swords, but it's like meditation, that kind of calm the F down. But it's in the church, if you see what I'm saying. I've literally looked at the pretty pictures and like, oh my God, right. Then we've got thinking about it, daydreaming about it. Where's the other one? So he would go out. Oh, was that 7? That's the 10 of Swords underneath the moon card. Hidden. This feels like it's hidden in plain sight. I know we've been talking about hidden in plain sight the last week or so. Well, from my point of view, last week. But it's that sort of energy where, like during the day, he was, you know, pillar of the society, one of the priesthood or whatever it may be, doing his thing, blessing the babies, doing the thing. Butter wouldn't melt. But he would think about it, he would do about it, and that kind of stuff. And then occasionally he would go out and play. Yeah. And it was covered up. Yeah. if there is, I know there's lots of people involved here, but if there is records or of other instances like Jack the Ripper in kind of Central Europe, like Germany, Austria, I don't think it'll be Switzerland, but that sort of area. And I'll finish off with this. This doesn't feel like 7 murders. This feels like 7 victims. As in, like, some got away. But yeah. This is like this double. Anyway, we'll leave it here for now, mainly because we made such a mess. If you enjoyed this, please thumb me like. Like I said, if you know about the whole kind of legend at this point of Jack the Ripper and that kind of stuff, am I on the right track? Is this going right? Is this thing? Because this here, it almost feels like the rest of them were just kind of, like I said, playing along a bit too high in opium, kind of like drunk out their minds, mucking around, went too far. He's the one, like the ringleader, who's kind of scurried away. Is there connection to Europe? Is there a connection to like other potential cases along in Europe, Central Europe? Please let me know. Put them down below. But anyway, we'll leave this here for now. I should be, if it goes correctly, back on Monday as normal, refreshed, cleansed by the rain washout of Wales. Traditions, yay! And should be cleansed and relaxed by visiting family. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, dingling the bell, like as always, hype if you can, and comment down below. And I'll see you next week. So until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.